That fear should haunt you, because the truth is, nobody's coming to tell you it's time. Confidence is a decision you either make now or regret forever. Every person who ever achieved greatness didn't wait to feel ready. They moved with conviction when everything was uncertain. People don't fail because they lack talent. They fail because they keep questioning whether they have it. Do you understand how destructive that is? You cripple your own future by assuming it's not yours to take. But here's the truth. Belief is the cheat code. Belief turns average men into legends. Belief transforms silent effort into explosive results. You've got people walking through life sleepwalking, doubting their power, while the few who dare to walk with certainty are snatching every opportunity right out from under them. And what's worse, they're not better than you. They're not smarter. They just decided they were worthy while you're still waiting for someone to confirm it. You want motivation? Here it is. One day, you're going to die. And when that moment comes, there won't be a second chance to go back and act like you believed in yourself. You will either go out knowing you gave everything to become the man you were meant to be, or you'll go out with regret rotting your soul. That's the final scoreboard. That's the game. And no one escapes it. Confidence isn't arrogance. It's urgency in action. It's knowing that your time is limited, your legacy is unwritten, and the only person who can make it happen is staring back at you every morning. Let me ask you something real. What are you waiting for? A perfect plan, the right moment, someone to validate your worth? That day never comes. Life doesn't reward hesitation, it devours it. You either step into your role as the main character, or you live forever in the shadows of people who did. That's the truth nobody wants to admit. Every delay is a betrayal of the man you could become. Every time you doubt yourself, you're confirming the lie the world told you, that you're not enough. But the truth is, you've always been enough. You were just too distracted to see it. When I started building myself, I wasn't chasing applause, I was chasing peace. The peace that comes from knowing I'm not lying to myself anymore. And that peace, it doesn't come from pretending. It comes from bleeding for your vision, sweating through the doubt, and showing up when nobody's watching. That's what creates real confidence. That's what makes your presence undeniable. Self-belief is the foundation of dominance. You can't fake it, you can't buy it. You earn it by going to war with your own weakness until it taps out. And I promise you, the moment you choose to believe, fully, unapologetically, obsessively, your life begins to shift. People feel it. Doors open. Resistance crumbles. Not because the world changes, but because you've changed. You walk different, talk different, think different. You stop asking permission. You stop apologizing for wanting more. That's the power of belief. It rewrites your entire existence from the inside out. And the best part, once you have it, no one can take it from you. Confidence is built through repetition, through fire, through solitude. But once it's yours, it's eternal. But here's the final truth. If you don't start betting on yourself, you'll spend the rest of your life watching other men live the life that was meant for you. And I can't think of anything more painful than that. Forget the fear of failure. Start fearing the cost of never even trying. The biggest risk in life is not believing in yourself enough to take any. You've got one shot, one body, one lifetime. Either you make it count, or you become just another ghost walking through life with his head down, pretending he was never meant for more. There's a moment in every man's life where he either breaks or breaks through. That line, that turning point, it doesn't come dressed in comfort or handouts. It comes when you're tired, doubting, suffocating under pressure, and you still choose to say, I'm not backing down. I was built for this. That is where self-belief is forged. Not in applause, not in peace, but in chaos. That's where the men who matter are made. The world doesn't reward the hesitant. It rewards the man who moves like he knows he belongs, even before he has a single thing to show for it. And if you're not moving like that, you're already losing. The truth is, nobody is going to come lift you out of your own doubts. Nobody's showing up to remind you of your worth every morning. That has to be your job. That's the discipline. Every day you either reinforce belief in yourself or reinforce the weakness that's been killing you silently. You can either build the man you admire, or you can watch someone else become him. That's the uncomfortable truth. We'll crowd. There's no secret club, no special bloodline. It's belief that separates the forgotten from the feared. Most people don't even realize how much strength is sitting inside them, untouched, unexplored, wasted. Not because they don't have potential, but because they've spent their lives conditioned to doubt. School didn't teach you how powerful you are. Society never said you were a warrior. They trained you to seek approval, to blend in, to lower your voice. That ends now. You weren't born to be cautious. You were born to be certain. And certainty doesn't come from outside validation. It comes from choosing daily to bet on yourself, regardless of what the world says. Want to feel alive? Start doing what terrifies you. Chase the vision that keeps you awake at night. Speak the truth when your voice shakes. Build the body that makes people respect you before you even speak. That's where confidence is born. In doing the hard things consistently until you become undeniable. It's not about faking it. It's about becoming it. You show up enough times, you struggle enough nights, you silence that voice of doubt long enough, eventually something inside you flips. You stop asking, can I, and start declaring, watch me. I've seen weak men transform into titans, not because life gave them a break, but because they gave themselves no other option. They made a decision that comfort was the enemy and belief was non-negotiable. And the second they made that choice, everything changed. Their posture changed, their energy changed. They started walking like they had nothing to prove and everything to gain. That's the fire I'm trying to light in you. Not temporary motivation, but permanent evolution. When a man finally believes he deserves greatness, the universe starts treating him different. It's real. The world bends for those who stop hesitating. And let me make one thing very clear. The biggest lie you've been told is that confidence is something you wait for. Confidence is earned. It's carved out of failure. It's molded in rejection. You walk through the storms of life with your head high enough times and eventually you stop feeling the rain. That's what separates the rare from the regular. You think all these successful men are fearless? No. They just stopped negotiating with self-doubt. They buried it, replaced it, outworked it, and they did it while the voices in their head still screamed. That's real confidence. You will never rise until you stop worshiping your limitations. You will never evolve until you start choosing yourself with full force. Not halfway, not kind of. Full force. Belief is the ignition switch to every version of success you want. But you'll never hit the gas if you're still waiting for someone to hand you the keys. This is it. This is the message. You don't need permission. You don't need approval. You need to look in the mirror and say, I am the one. I'm not hoping, I'm becoming. From this point on, every step you take should scream belief. Every action you execute should look like it came from a man who already knows where he's headed. Confidence is a muscle. And if you don't train it, it'll shrink until you can't even look yourself in the eye. But train it long enough and one day you'll walk into rooms and shift the energy without saying a word. That's not ego. That's earned self-respect. And it only comes when you stop waiting and start moving like the future is already yours. There is no plan B. There is no fallback. Burn that idea. Either you rise as the man you were meant to become, or you decay trying to be someone the world is comfortable with. And that's not why you're here. You're not here to play it safe. You're here to dominate, to rise, to roar. And it starts now with a decision. Not a hope, not a wish. A decision to believe so violently in yourself that the rest of your life is forced to obey. But now what? You've heard the words, you felt the fire, but if you don't act, it means nothing. If you don't decide, then everything you just heard becomes just another moment you let pass. And if you let this pass, what else are you letting go? How many times have you convinced yourself to wait? How many mornings have you looked in the mirror and seen a stranger, not because you changed, but because you refused to become what you were destined to be? This is the line. Right now, the version of you that's bold enough to believe, and the version that dies unknown, separated by this moment. But you don't need more time. You don't need more motivation. You don't need someone to babysit your dreams. What you need is the savage commitment to yourself. The kind of decision that silences every excuse. The kind of belief that walks into any situation and owns it like it was built for you. If the doors don't open, you kick them in. If the lights aren't on, you shine anyway. The first person that has to believe in your power is you. And once you do, the world won't have a choice but to catch up. You gotta stop walking like you're unsure if you belong. You gotta kill that timid energy that makes you shrink in your own life. Confidence isn't about being loud, it's about being unshakable. It's the quiet certainty that you're enough. That you've got what it takes. That you were born to make waves, not wait for them. If you still think confidence is something people give you, you've already lost. Confidence is what you build in silence. It's forged in those early mornings where no one's watching and you show up anyway. It's made in the gym, in the grind, in the days you want to quit and don't. This isn't isn't just about success. This is about survival, because if you don't step into your power, the world will convince you you have none. You'll wake up in 10 years surrounded by regrets you built with your own hesitation. You'll be haunted by the chances you didn't take, the man you didn't become, the life you could have had if you had just believed. Regret is a heavy chain, and every day you delay is another link added. Break it now. Not tomorrow, not next week, now. Stand the hell up and decide that from this second forward, the old you is done. No more begging for validation, no more hiding your voice, no more apologizing for wanting more. You don't need anyone's approval to become dangerous. You just need to flip the switch and stop negotiating with your potential. You either take control of your life or you get controlled by everything else. That's how this works. Winners don't ask for permission. They don't wait for signs. They create the momentum, and when it doesn't exist, they become it. You're not supposed to wait for greatness. You're supposed to act like it's already yours. Think of your surroundings. Look at your habits. Look at your decisions. Are they aligned with a man who believes in himself, or are they the patterns of someone hoping things magically change? Hoping is not a strategy. Belief without action is fantasy. You want to be proud of yourself? You want to walk into every room and own the energy? Then become someone worth respecting. Earn your own admiration. And it starts by doing the thing you're scared of. It starts by holding yourself to a higher standard. No one can respect a man who doesn't even respect his own potential. There's a beast inside you that's been gagged by fear, paralyzed by opinion, suffocated by your own indecision. Let him out. Unchain him. Walk like the king you were born to be. Not because you've done it all, but because you know you will. That's the energy. That's what shifts the room. That's what builds legacy. Not talent, not luck. Just unbreakable belief and ruthless consistency. That's it. You've had the power the entire time. You just didn't act like it. Now it's time to become undeniable. So get up. Right now. Don't wait for motivation. Don't wait for clarity. Move, build, speak, train, create, do everything like the world is already yours, because it is, but only if you have the balls to claim it. This isn't a rehearsal. This isn't a warm-up. This is your life. And the difference between domination and mediocrity is one decision. I believe in me more than anyone else on earth. Say it. Own it. Live it. Because after everything you've heard, there's only one move left. Prove it.